The earth has always been more than soil, stone, and sky. Long before we measured its resources, calculated its minerals, or divided its lands with borders, the earth was experienced as sacred. Every tree, every river, every mountain was alive with a spirit that human beings could sense. Somewhere along the path of progress, humanity forgot this truth. We learned to name, to own, to control, and in doing so, we forgot how to listen. Eco-spirituality invites us to remember. It is not a new invention, but a remembering of something ancient, that the earth is not outside us, but within us. It is a living mirror of our own soul, and when we harm it, we harm ourselves. When we nurture it, we return to wholeness. Eco-spirituality whispers to us that the divine is not found only in temples or scriptures, but also in the whisper of the wind through tall grass, in the silence of forests, and in the endless rhythm of the ocean. It is an awakening to the truth that our bodies are made of the same elements as the stars, the rivers, and the soil. When we breathe, it is the trees that breathe with us. When we eat, it is the earth that nourishes us. When we drink, it is the rain and the rivers that flow into our being. We are not separate. We are threads in the same web of life. The modern world often teaches us to see spirituality as something detached from daily life, something that happens only in meditation or in prayer. But eco-spirituality dissolves the boundary between the sacred and the ordinary. Every step on the earth becomes a prayer. Every sip of water becomes a blessing. Every act of care for nature becomes a ritual of devotion. It is spirituality not an escape from the world, but in deep union with it. To practice eco-spirituality is to remember that our outer ecology and our inner spirit are not two. They are reflections of one another. When you walk barefoot on the ground, the earth speaks. There is an ancient pulse beneath your feet, a rhythm that your heartbeat once knew well. Our ancestors walked with reverence. They did not take without giving back. They did not consume without gratitude. They lived by cycles, the rising sun, the changing seasons, the waxing and waning of the moon. Eco-spirituality is an invitation to return to this sacred rhythm. Even in our modern cities, surrounded by concrete, the pulse of the earth is still present. We can still pause, breathe, and feel it. Eco-spirituality is not only about saving the planet in a physical sense, though that is important. It is about healing our relationship with the earth on a soul level. The environmental crisis is, at its heart, a spiritual crisis. It arises from forgetting that the earth is alive, that it has value beyond profit, beyond extraction. When we cut ourselves off from nature, we cut ourselves off from our own soul. Depression, loneliness, and emptiness often grow when people live disconnected from the natural world. To heal ourselves, we must heal our relationship with the earth. And when we heal that relationship, both we and the planet begin to thrive. Imagine standing in a forest. You close your eyes and the scent of pine rises in the earth has always been more than soil, stone, and sky. As we move deeper into eco-spiritual living, we begin to sense that healing the earth is not a burden, but a joy. It becomes an act of love. Picking up litter from a riverbank is no longer a chore. It is an offering. Conserving energy becomes an act of reverence. Gardening becomes a dialogue with life. This shift in perception is at the heart of eco-spirituality. It transforms duty into devotion and responsibility into joy. The journey is not about perfection, it is about presence. We will still make mistakes, still live within systems that harm the earth, but every small act of awareness matters. Every mindful breath, every conscious choice, every moment of gratitude creates ripples of healing. Eco-spirituality does not ask us to escape the modern world, but to live in it with new eyes, new heart, and new reverence. When we begin to embody this way of being, we realize that eco-spirituality is not only about saving the earth, it is about saving our own souls. Because when we disconnect from the earth, we disconnect from ourselves. And when we return to the earth, we return to the deepest truth of who we are. Eco-spirituality tells us that heaven is not only somewhere far away, waiting after death. It is here, in the soil beneath our feet, in the air filling our lungs, in the rivers, the oceans, and the forests. To awaken to this truth is to live in paradise now. The earth is not only our home, it is our temple, our teacher, and our soul. So as you listen to these words, pause for a moment. Feel the ground beneath you. Take a deep breath. Close your eyes and sense the pulse of life around you. In this simple act, you are practicing eco-spirituality. You are remembering what was never truly forgotten, that you and the earth are one, and that in this unity, the sacred reveals itself. Eco-spirituality is where earth meets soul. It is where we discover that the divine is not only above us, but all around us, within us and beneath our very feet. To walk gently on the earth is to walk gently on our own soul. And when we remember this, when we live this truth, both we and the earth can begin to heal together.